Hey guys, Wi-Fi here. It's in the new year now, so happy new year to everybody. I want to kick off the new year with a little update on the tank move and a couple of goodies that I've picked up over the Christmas period for myself. There's no way I could get my wife to buy these for me. So good news on the tank move front, that is officially a go now. I think I just about managed to grind my wife down enough to let her, or to get her to get her to allow me to move the tank, put a hole in the wall, and basically use that fish closet in its entirety. We went back and forth on it quite a lot because she's worried that the tank is going to block the walkway and it's going to look odd. I am in agreement with her to a certain extent, but I don't think it's going to look as bad as she thinks. And I have said to her that if it does look odd or it doesn't look right, then I will put the tank back and replaster up the wall. So fingers heavily crossed on that front. So the two packages here. Basically, what prompted me to get the first package, the one on the right, was I was gone over the Christmas period for 2 weeks, and this would have made my life and my wife's life a lot easier. And it will do. It's a bit of a big one though. It's not something that I decided upon lightly, but it's been a long time coming because what I have right now just isn't cutting it. It's a generation behind, and they haven't brought themselves. The manufacturers of what I have right now just have not brought themselves up to date, and taken advantage of other technologies that are out there. So, without further ado, I present to you my Apex controller. As I said, it's been a long time coming. It's a bit of a big one. It's not something that I came to a decision lightly on, but the main reason was when I was going away at Christmas, my controller just wasn't allowing me the flexibility and redundancy that I would have liked. So here we go. So this is the lab grade Apex, and I went with this one over the standard because I wanted the probes to last longer, and I wanted them to be 100% accurate. So these are probably 99.9% accurate versus the other ones. So as I said, really looking forward to getting this guy set up and configured. I think it's going to be awesome. To go with it, and this is the thing that really kind of sold me on the Apex more than anything else, the feeder. I have a automatic feeder. The problem is that out of the different pellets that I've tried, different manufacturers and flakes, even though they're all sinkable, they still need a couple minutes to soak up water before they actually sink. The problem that I have is that the feeder that I have, there's no way I could configure it in such a way so that my return pump shuts off every time I want the fish to be fed. I have the Digital Aquatics Reef Keeper Lite. As far as I'm aware, there's no feeder that they provide to enable me to do that. So going away for 2 weeks at Christmas was okay. My wife was able to feed the tank twice a day, and then when she left, she was gone for 3 or 4 days. We just didn't feed the tank, and it turned out okay. However, I'm going away in the summer for about 4 to 6 weeks, and I can't expect my wife to take care of the tank in on that kind of level. So this guy is going to be awesome. And hopefully it will do the job for me. It's going to give me plenty of time to test it and get it set up between now and then. Also, during those 4 to 6 weeks, my wife isn't actually going to be here either. There's going to be a 2-week period where she's not here. So this alone will allow me to monitor that a little bit more carefully and have peace of mind that the tank is going to be fed as much as I need it to be within that 2-week period that she's gone as well. So again, peace of mind. It's just something that isn't offered with the Reef Keeper Lite. I also picked up this guy. This is the input-output breakout box. What this is going to allow me to do is, when I lift up my canopy, shut off my radions. I'm so tired of blinding myself every time I lift up that canopy. Also, my wife was lifting up the canopy the other day and I was driving down the road and they were just blinding me, those lights. So they really do pack a punch. So for the price that this is at, it's going to be hopefully really straightforward to set up, and it's just going to give me that little bit more extra flexibility. I have a couple eco-exotic stunner strips that I could put into the inside of the canopy lid, so that when the canopy flips up, the radions shut off, and those eco-exotic stunner strips, or whatever they are, turn on, but they'll be on the inside, so I won't actually be looking directly at those. But I will definitely do a video on how I get this set up and configured, because I don't really see anything out there apart from what's on the Apex manual that you can pull from online. There's no real how-to videos on this guy, so that would be a good one to show you guys. So I picked up the lab grade Apex controller, and then to go with that I got the salinity probe and the PM2 module. So you're probably wondering, or those of you who are Apex users are wondering, well, why didn't I just get the gold pack, the Neptune Apex gold pack, because all that's missing is the ORP probe. Well, with the ORP probe it bumped the price up quite a bit. So by not getting the gold package and purchasing this separately, I was able to save a little bit of money. So with that extra money, I was able to get the input-output breakout box, and I had a little bit left over, so as it was Christmas, I purchased an additional energy bar as well. So I have 16 outlets to use. I have, let me think, I have 12 outlets right now on the Reef Keeper Lite, and honestly I could really do with another one, because there are some modules or pieces of equipment that I have that aren't connected up to the controller, so this will allow me to do that. So between the one that's included in the with the controller and this one, that will allow me to do exactly what I need to do. So here it is. This is what I purchased for the Apex. This will get set up when I move the tank into the or up against the wall, and I can set everything up in the closet. I'm going to get a nice new panel board, paint it black, and make it all look nice and neat and tidy in there. I have a couple that are being used right now, but they've been reused twice now, and they're starting to show their age, as well as with random holes all over the place. So I want to make a really nice job of that fish closet. So this will look really nice in there, and it's just going to be so much easier, so much more flexibility than the Reef Keeper Lite gives me, and so much more peace of mind too. Just the fact that Neptune Apex have the Apex Fusion software that's cloud-based, versus whatever Reef Keeper have, which is nothing. They have a net module, which is absolutely impossible to configure or get working. I'm an IT engineer for my job, working with the Reef Keeper or Digital Aquatics tech support. I still couldn't get that net module to work. This will allow me to do that. So very excited. Last but by no means least, I purchased an additional radion. I went with the Generation 3. The reason why I purchased this guy is because I'm just not getting the light coverage across the tank that I'd like. I'm either putting corals in an area where they are getting enough light, but they're getting blasted by the high water flow, or they're getting the flow that they need, but not enough light. So this just gives me that little extra flexibility. Because I have a 5-foot tank, the 2 Radion Gen 2s that I have right now, each of them only cover a 2-foot by 2-foot area. So this guy will allow me to cover a 6-foot tank, and that will honestly most likely be the tank size that I will upgrade to next. 6 foot by 24 probably. So this way I'm good to go on the light fronts. Being as I have a little bit of OCD, I couldn't stand the fact that I would have 2 Generation 2 Radions and 1 Generation 3 Radion light. Not only because of the way that they'll look, but also because they would be giving off you know, potentially different par levels, covering different spectrums. I just didn't like the idea of having a mishmash of lights. So what I did was I went on the Radion website and I picked up these 2 guys here. These are basically the Generation 3 lens upgrade kits. So this is going to go from Generation 2 to Generation 3. They were $150 each. Very, very reasonable for the price. The thing that sold it for me really was the tutorial or the setup video that you can find on the Ecotech website that accompanies these. And I really honestly wasn't that comfortable with the idea of upgrading the lenses in my other Generation 2 lights, but after seeing those videos, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be. I do consider myself to be quite capable, but you know, when you're spending this amount of money on, you know, a light, the last thing you want to do is break it. But the video that Ecotech did, it looked pretty idiot proof. So as I said, I think now I've gone from, you know, a little bit nervous to apprehensive to actually kind of looking forward to it. So that's going to do the job. So therefore, all 3 of my lights will have the exact same output, and they'll be able to program exactly how they'll be able to be programmed with basically the same settings. So that's going to be nice. I'm just giving me a little bit more power in the tank. And then to accompany the lens kits, again, OCD on the visual, I went and got the 2 Generation 3 covers as well. I think these are $20 each, and I think that's a snip for my, you know, what I need to see visually on the tank. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions, comments, let me know, but I will see you in a few weeks, or maybe next month, once we've got the tank moved and everything set up. The lights are going to go in the next week, so I might show you guys that, but so far as the controller, that's definitely going to take some time. It probably won't be done till February, but we'll see. So hope everybody had a good Christmas and a good New Year, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, bye.